For me, there's only one truly perfect way to take one sheet tray, a pile of ingredients, and make something truly spectacular. And that, my friends, is the shrimp bake. These things are not only delicious and easy, but they're also endlessly customizable. That said, today we're making my version with fingerling potatoes, shishitos, and corn coated in a gochujang glaze, and these beautiful little tiger prawns, as well as fresh lemon and a little bit of mint to bring it to the next level. My preferred sheet pan method is super easy, and it's all about stages. We're gonna be adding ingredients in 3 batches based on how quickly they cook. And first up are these beautiful little purple fingerling potatoes, which I'm gonna cut into large bite-sized pieces. I like to go in a hard bias to keep the kind of organic shape, then toss them into a bowl with a little bit of olive oil and some sea salt and put them right onto a parchment-lined quarter sheet tray. Pop them right into your oven that's preheated to 400 degrees. Potatoes go in first because first, they take the longest to cook. But also in my opinion, potatoes actually really reward extra cook time. They're one of the few ingredients that overcooks really, really well. So I like to err on the side of extra oven time, and it gives us the shot to prep the rest of our ingredients while the potatoes get beautifully roasted. The next batch is where most of the flavor comes in, and this pile does not disappoint. First up is this delicious 2-ingredient glaze, which I'm making by combining gochujang with mirin. Add them to a bowl together and stir them up thoroughly. I'm making extra because I love having this stuff around. Not only is it a delicious glaze for this bake, but it's also a great go-to for a quick meat or veg glaze. Let's talk veg. To me, a shrimp bake needs corn, no matter how creative you want to get with it. So I'm shucking a cob and using a towel to wipe off any of the leftover strings and then splitting it into thirds. Then grab 1 shallot, peel it, and slice it. Really try to go as thin as possible because of the short cook time. Last up are the shishitos, and because this is already a get in there with your hands type of a meal, I'm gonna skip pulling off the stems and toss them right into a bowl along with the shallots, the corn, and then give them a light coating of delicious olive oil and sea salt, and then add a big spoonful of glaze and toss it around onto everything. The potatoes have been cooking for about 20 minutes, and now it's time to pull them out and dump the veg pile on top. Then pop it back into the oven for another 15 minutes or so while we talk shrimp. I went with a tiger prawn because my local market had them, and they're pretty delicious. But pick whatever shrimp you have access to, and beyond that, you've got basically 2 options. Either leave the shells and heads, if you can find shrimp that have them, on for lots of extra flavor, or use peeled and deveined shrimp to make the eating experience easier. Personally, for something like this, I'm gonna go with extra flavor every time. If I could have gotten them with their heads on, I would have. Either way, I seasoned the shrimp directly on the paper it came with good olive oil and a little bit of sea salt. Shrimps are like most shellfish in that they already have a pretty good amount of salt in them, so be gentle with the seasoning because it can really catch up with you fast. Now that everything is lightly caramelized and smelling pretty delightful, snatch it out and pour your shrimps right on top to put them back in the oven for just 5 minutes. Shrimps are kind of the opposite of potatoes in that they reward a light touch with cooking times. Dump it into a bowl or eat it right off the sheet tray. One of the many beauties of a shrimp bake. Give it a shot, let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoy.